Hello, welcome to the weekly reset. I know I've been a little distant, and I'm also a day late, but Frostnite has literally consumed my soul. And we're doing dual streams. I'm doing streams in the morning where me and my buddies are completing Secret of Mana. It's an old remade game. Anyways, this week covers the week of January 23rd through the 30th, and I literally just recorded and screwed up. So here we go again. We've got Lynx Kassandra, which is actually a skirmisher. Per patch notes, it was Fleetfoot, right? It is Fleetfoot. If you read it's Fleetfoot. Skirmisher's a typo, guys. It's Fleetfoot. We'll go over that in a second. But basically, here's the skirmisher right here. Cloak Shadow is skirmisher. They wouldn't give us another one. It's Fleetfoot. Everything else is still in the store. You got Hotfixer, you got Sentry Gunner, Sniper, Survivors. That all hasn't changed. Brawler, one of my favorites, Ninjas, is still in the store. You got Boomsticks. Weekly store. What do we got? We got Shotgunner, Defender. You got your standard, legendary, epic, and rare fluxes are in here. You got your rain, your evolution materials, your survivors, shock trooper, one of my favorite soldiers, and raider headhunter. You got two awesome soldiers in the store right now. So if you have a bunch of flux laying around, buying an uncommon, boom, now you can flux it up. All you really need to do, especially if you're brand new to the game, is all you really need to do is get them to epic. So the shock trooper is already epic. You're good to go. At epic, you have every perk available for their kit, right? So making them legendary only increases their health regen, shield regen, and the ability damage. So if you really wanted to make them OP, you could make them legendary, but you don't need to right off the bat, especially if you're lower level and leveling. So you got those. Your daily coinage, you've got the Stampede and healing pads. I haven't really sat down and leveled up and played with healing pads, so I don't know what their full potential actually is, but obviously you guys know I'm a Campfire fan. But if you need healing pads, you got them there. The Stampede is a reskin of the Scavenger Shotgun, the Huskbuster, if you guys are curious. Reperk didn't change. I was surprised. So they made Reperk easier to farm, and they made it cheaper to use. But we still can buy the same value of Reperk, which is awesome. That's well, it's cool for me as a content creator and somebody who creates lots of different builds, trying and testing different things. So it's really beneficial for me and you guys, for everybody. It's awesome. Uncommon, rare, still don't have epic and legendary reperk in the store. Eventually, one day, my dream will come true. But let's go ahead and jump into the heroes. Here's the legendary version of Headhunter. She's a shotgun soldier, so in order to make her shine, you need to have maxed out, dialed in shotguns. Just like Ranger is one of the best pistol heroes in the game, but you have to have awesome pistols to make it shine. So you're not going to be playing Headhunter because it's cool and I just have an AR and a pistol and some casual shotgun. You could. The game will allow you to do that now. Back in the day, you would have died. You would have died. So soldiers, you get advanced tactics, which is ranged damage and health, because you're a glass cannon at a distance because you need health, right? Debilitating shots. You get 3 stacks of vulnerability when you shoot your target, which puts a cracked shield over their head. 5% damage times 3. That's 15% for you and your teammates to benefit from. Lasts 15 seconds and 15 seconds. 15 seconds. Remember that. We'll get to this in a second. That's standard across all soldiers right there. Boom. Raider gets Shockwave, Frag Grenades, and Warcry. Warcry. You get Shell Shock, increases shotgun damage by 24%. Survivalist, killing an enemy with a weapon or ability, recovers health over 3 seconds. It's one of my favorite abilities, by the way, or perks. I run that in my tactical quite a bit. Perfect Engineering applies 3 stacks of debilitating shots to all enemies hit by Shockwave. So when you Shockwave, you apply your 3 stacks, you're good to go. If everything's not dead, they're already taking more damage. You live to reload. Reloading an equipped weapon increases run speed by 30% for 3 seconds. This used to be annoying because if you had a shell-based shotgun, you hit reload. The speed boost would kick in, but you're slow because you're reloading. By the time you're done reloading all of your shells, it would be used up. I played Raider the other day, and it felt like they've changed it to where this turns on once you get done reloading, which is awesome. Because if you have to load 6 shells, then you can sprint afterwards. It's cool. It's cool. Another thing you can do is you can shoot, reload as you're running, to keep speed up. It's fun. I do it a lot. You don't be shooting, you're just shooting the ground. Critical Blast increases shotgun critical hit damage by 70%. So you get shotgun damage, shotgun crit damage. Kneecapper changes all of your debilitating shots from 5% per stack to 9% per stack. So now you're at 18% extra damage after your 3 shots. And I believe a shotgun probably applies all 3 stacks. I don't know that for certain. We could test it out later sometime. But I'm almost positive a shotgun will apply all of your stacks of debilitating shots in 1 shot. Oh, and so does your Shockwave. Flak Vest may or may not have been nerfed due to a YouTuber, I don't know who, but when it was damage resistance, you were at 90% damage resistance, and it would go down by like 40% each hit, or 35 or 30% each hit, down to 0, and then you would gain that percent. Now it's 160 armor, and if you've seen my armor video, you know 160 armor is far from 90% damage resistance, far in the lower range. So, Flak Vest on Survivalist and Hit Hunter got nerfed into the ground due to the change to armor from damage resistance. But still, it still allows you to be tanky. The bonus that Raider brings to the table is Adjustable Choke. Increases your crit rating with shotguns by 18%. Now, if you already have a Raider and you're looking at the other Raider in the shop, you're like, man, I already have one. No. You want to get the other Raider. Most people that play Raider double up on Raider. They play Raider and they put Raider in their secondary slot. Yes, it's 18 crit rating, and if you have crit rating on your shotgun, it's probably not going to equate to 18% crit chance. Don't worry if that stuff confuses you. I have a crit rating video in the works because a lot of people still are new and don't understand what crit rating or crit chance, or they think it's the same thing, but it's not. But even though it's 18, and if you were smart and not running double crit rate on any of your weapons, and you're running it on if you have at least one crit rating, or even no crit rating, if you don't have any crit rating, 18 is a big buff to your crit chance. If you're running, let's say, one legendaried out crit rating on your shotgun, the 18 additional pretty much boosts, depending on the shotgun, boosts you up to like the mid to high 40% crit chance from a high 38, 37 crit chance. Where if you theory craft and look at it, a high 40% is like every other shot. A high to mid 30% is like every third shot you're going to crit. So it's enough to put you up to that next sweet spot of crit chance, okay? And it's not wasted as much as if you put 2 crit rates on your weapon. Actually, it's very similar to having 2 crit rates on your weapon. So it's huge to have a second Raider, by the way, if you don't already have one. There are other support bonuses you can use that are good, but most of us run double Raider. Just food for thought. Who are we? We haven't been playing the game for 510 days. Shock Trooper. He is one of my favorites. He literally is. He's a soldier. Advanced tactics, debilitated shots, yada, 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 yada. Shockwave, because he's Shock Trooper. Frag grenades, and going commando. He gets explosive optimization, reduces the energy cost of Shockwave by 15%. Perfect engineering, applies 3 stacks of debilitated, so same thing as Raider. You apply debilitated shots. Unfortunately, paired with lingering pain, it doesn't stack 5 stacks. It just is 3 stacks. So we come down. Oh look, lingering pain. Now I can stack 5 stacks of vulnerability for my debilitated shots. But if I shockwave them, they only get 3. So I still have to shoot them twice. Boo-hoo. Sucks. It should max it out. It should, really. It should. I hate it. I hate it. Power impact increases the radius of shockwave. So now you have a massive shockwave. It's huge. Doppler effect reduces cooldown of shockwave by 10%, or 10 seconds. So your shockwave is available pretty much every 15 seconds. You get a big one, and it costs less energy. Kneecapper increases your debilitating shots from a 5% to a 9%. So you're doing, after 5 stacks, 45% extra damage for you and your teammates. And then you have your 10% internal, so you're doing 55. Waste Not Want Not increases ammo capacity of all weapons by 40%. And then the bonus they bring to the table is Waste Not Want Not, 20%. So there's that. He's my favorite. Let's go over to Lynx. Lynx. So Lynx is not a skirmisher. I don't care what it says up top. It's a Fleetfoot. You can go compare it. We're not going to compare it. It is a Fleetfoot. Patch note said it. Look at the, I don't even have to compare it. I already know by looking at the perks, but I like Fleetfoot. So you get Shinobi, you get Mantis Sleep. That's standard for ninjas. Fleet increases movement speed by 12%, so you're just 12% faster at all times. Fleetfoot also gets Dragon slash Throwing Stars and Smoke Bomb. You get Soft Landing, reduces fall damage by 40%. Okay. Assassination and Long Assassin. This has been one of my ninja rants from day one. This should be standard across all ninjas, period, and it should be combined. So Assassination, when you deal sword damage, not even edged damage, sword damage, it grants you 1 stack of Assassination, increasing the damage dealt by swords by 5%. It lasts 5 seconds and stacks up 5 times. So already out of the gate, it's basically lingering pain and debilitating shots combined. The difference being is your vulnerability stacks last 15 seconds and your whole team benefits from it. This lasts 5 seconds and it's personal. You get a glowing band around your arm and it applies to other targets. So you could get up to your 25% extra damage by hitting this target. It dies. You turn around, you hit this target right off the bat for 25% bonus damage, whereas debilitating shots, you have to actually stack it back up again. Now, the frustrating part, it's 5 seconds. You're a ninja. You're not ranged. You have to then run, walk, double jump, fly, teleport, get over to your next target before it disappears. 5 seconds can be pretty quick, especially if you stop and go around things or go around your base, go over your base, run. It disappears. Long Assassin, luckily, is another perk that extends it by 6 seconds, making it a total of 11 seconds. Still not 15 seconds, like soldiers. But again, not all ninjas have this. So ninjas that don't have Assassination and Long Assassin, because honestly, you need the two of them to make it even worthwhile or consistent. The ninjas that don't have these hit as hard as a Pathfinder Jess, a farming Outlander with a sword. It's a melee class. It's a ninja. And most people play ninjas wrong. They play them with attack speed. They stand in bees. They stand in piss. And they swing really fast because they want their alchemist tactical perk to proc and heal them every 4 seconds. So in order to make that worthwhile, you have to have attack speed, right? So the faster you swing, the more you can heal. So you have to have attack speed, but you can't kill things. So you stand still, trading blows because you think you're a warrior. Ninja rants, man. I could go on rants forever with how people play ninjas and how ninjas are designed. They seriously need some... They're viable. They're viable on how we play. You can play with attack speed. You can play how I play. But they seriously need some dialed-in love. And the assassination needs to be standard. It needs to be longer. Long assassin and assassination needs to be combined. It needs to be 15 seconds to be on par with the overpowered glass cannons. But aren't glass cannons because they get health. Ninjas don't get health. Okay, another rant. Anyways, 3 Mantis style reduces the energy cost of Mantis sleep by 50%, which is always good. Wind and Storm stacks of assassination also increase your movement speed, which is cool. That one can be separate. That would be a bonus for, like, they would set Fleetfoot away from other ninjas or ninjas that have this. So you basically get 3 times 5 is 15% bonus speed on top of your 12% already. So you can, as you have it, you can close the gaps. You can get out of trouble. You can get into trouble faster. Tail of the Dragon is cool. It's a cool addition to Dragon Slash. You leave an energy field behind you. At one point in the game, it was a blue line, like from a Tron motorcycle. And then they changed it to pixie dust that was hard to see. Now it has like a Sonic the Hedgehog blur with massive pixie dust. And what it does is 12% of your Dragon Slash every half second and snares the targets still caught inside of it by 30% for 3 seconds. So you're doing 12% damage every half second for 3 seconds. It's 72% damage. If you Dragon Slash something for 100, it's going to do another 72 over the course of 3 seconds. And it also slows them. So if you have any kind of weapons or things that do damage to slowed and snared, it's procced while they're sitting inside of this pixie dust field. So if you Dragon Slash through a crowd and it kills all of the fodder, you turn around and there's a mouth breather. He's standing there taking damage, or a smasher standing there taking damage, moving slowly, and you can go back and get your bonus damage. Bonuses they bring to the table: Stormborn, melee kills increase movement speed by 30% for 3 seconds. This is cool. As long as you kill something with a melee weapon, boom, 30% damage for 3 seconds. It's cool. I like it. It's a lot of fun. You can get really fast. Really, really fast. One last thing about this week, it's week 4 of Frostnite challenges. What does that mean? We have a new mode. Also a new weapon. I already did the 1 mission. The first time you complete the 30 minutes of the week 4 Frostnite challenge, you get a sword. It's a medieval sword. It's kind of cool. I have it. We'll go look at it in a second. Basically, this week's challenge, if you complete the first challenge, the second part of the quest line pops up where you got to beat it an additional three more times to get the banner and the tickets. This week's challenge is modifier heavy. What that means is if you've seen or played or experienced any of the storm missions in game, they have modifiers where the husks do different things. Like when they die, they explode and damage your walls. This happens. Every wave, they gain a new modifier and they maintain that modifier. And I think by like wave 3 or 4, they gain exploding death burst. Now, it's not a super big deal. When I went live last night, everybody in chat was freaking out about how we had another skirmisher and how the weekly was exploding death burst. the fact that everybody was complaining about Exploding Death Burst, I kind of was a little afraid. Exploding Death Burst has never been a super big problem because one of the things I've always preached that no one does. I still have people that are 131 that have been playing the game forever that don't heal. It's a click. It's a click on your keyboard or a click on your thumbstick or whatever. It's not hard to do. Be aware of your surroundings. Be efficient. Heal your walls. And Exploding Death Burst will never be an issue. Now, the fact that everybody was freaking out because Frostnite has way more husks on screen, I was kind of worried that you had a tunnel and I put a wooden floor spike, a gas trap, and a dart. And a group of husks, skinny guys, walk through and we kill them all at once, that it would actually melt the walls, the traps. It would just disappear. That's not the case. It's not the case. I had no problem last night. And everybody in chat even said it looked super easy. You just run, as long as you heal your walls. Heal your walls. That's all I can tell you. If you're really paranoid about it, get a constructor that has power modulation. Put it down next to the tunnel that's being activated or being tunneled, and you're fine. You're fine. It's not that big of a deal. If you're really having a problem with it, swing by the stream. We do a lot of carries. We do of the weeklies. I did every week so far a ton of times. Burn Bright was honestly my favorite. I did that probably 50-60 times during week 2. Last week's I did not like. Last week's was terrible. This week is not so bad. It's not so bad. Anyways, the sword. Here's the sword. It's called Guardian's Will. It looks like maybe an Excalibur. I don't know what Excalibur looks like, but it's a medieval sword. And it's a heavy sword. These are set perks that it comes with: crit rate, armor, physical damage, and crit damage. I'm probably honestly going to leave it the same. I'm going to change armor to life leech as always. But it's got one of the new medieval perks that I need to go do some testing on. After eliminating 5 enemies with this weapon within 15 seconds, you regenerate 25% of your shield over 3 seconds. Now, is that 25% while you're in combat? Like, can you be regenerating shield while taking hits? If so, you're just negating damage. That's all. I gotta play with it. It's awesome. It sounds cool. It sounds cool. The other melee weapons that are medieval set have these too. The axe and the hammer, I believe, have this perk as well, or have the option of getting this perk. Let's see. So we can change the first slot to crit rating, crit damage, damage, attack speed, and life leech. Second slot goes armor, durability, life leech, movement speed, heavy attack, efficiency. Cool. You can do all the elements. Fourth slot, damage, impact, movement speed, armor. Okay. Fifth slot, crit damage, crit rating, damage, heavy attack, and attack speed. Okay, so you have lots of customizations on this. Lots. All right, one last thing just before I let you go. I wanted to look at the sword and, of course, Lynx and her butt. There's a butt. So, anyways, Lynx, this is the 3-star evolution of Lynx. The first star was the one that you see. Standardly, it's the girl, the teeny bopper with her jacket on, the high school looking, whatever. And then you get the black cat suit underneath just the jacket and the hat. And then this is the 3rd-star evolution where it's almost the adult costume where it changes red to blue. I don't know what 4-star looks like. I'm out of rain. I'm out of everything due to prepping for the 128th. 128 Frostnite challenge. And then I believe 5-star 50 is all black. All black. I wish you still had the option of changing and depicting. Hopefully when the new hero rework comes out, we're going to have access to more customization like we do in BR. Because I really like the red and blue over the all black. And I'm not sure what the 4-star looks like. But the sword. Here's the heavy sword. Oh, wow. I only have it 3-star, by the way. I haven't made it 4-star because I don't have materials. Rain, specifically. That's not a heavy. This is a heavy. That's a heavy. This is also heavy. Here's a medium. What? They're like the same. Alright. Here's the heavy attack on the new one. It is the Walloper. It is! Yes! Heavy attack on the heavy. Oh, come on. How much does that cost? 60? Don't tell me 60. Ew. Ew. Heavy attack on the medium. Obviously, different mediums will have different heavy attacks. This is... Yeah. Okay. And again, we'll go back to this guy. I think it's 40. It is 40. 40. Boom! That's cool. If you played Assassin, the Assassin Ninja, you get massive, massive heavy attack reduction. Oh, dude. Oh, dude. I might have to go play Assassin now. Test it out. And then one more thing, the tail of the dragon thing. Dragon slash. Whoosh! There we go. It's like a Sonic the Hedgehog blur. There's your pixie dust. Anything inside of that for those 3 seconds is taking damage and is snared. Okay, Chinese stars. And smoke bomb. Cool. Cool. Alright, I'm on that. Obviously, you've heard it here today in this video. You've heard it before. I stream daily over on Twitch at twitch.tv/SlyGumbi in the evenings between the hours of 8 p.m. till 2 a.m. Pacific Standard Time. That's West Coast United States. So if you're a night owl, you want to come hang out. You want to talk to people that play the game. You want to poke fun. You want help with things. You've got questions. You have suggestions. You want to meet a cool bunch of people. If you aren't a child, let's be honest, I have some kids that hang out that are totally mature. I have some adults that come in that are not mature. You don't have to be mature as in like, I'm family friendly. No. I mean mature as in like you're not offended easily. You're not like I don't know how to explain it without making it R-rated. Basically, it's not a family-friendly stream. We make inappropriate jokes. We say inappropriate things, but we do it on an adult, immature level. If that makes any sense. Not first grade slander, timeout on the wall at the courtyard. Anyways, if your mom wouldn't like you being in an R-rated movie, then you probably shouldn't come to the channel. Put it that way. How about that? We'll leave it at that. Anyways, again, twitch.tv/SlyGumbi. It's a good time. We'll be doing a lot of Frostnite. That's all I've been doing is Frostnite. 128s. We're going to get it done. My boy, Allura, if you're looking for somebody that's legitly beat it, Allura has beat it over at Twitch. There was a Chinese team that beat it also, but they cheated by glitching under the map per accusations, and apparently there's proof that has been sent to Epic already about it. But Allura, I believe, is the first person to do it. Another guy, aka Smalls, another streamer, is super close. He got to 2 hours and 13 minutes on the 128. He, for those of you that don't know, to beat it, it's 2 hours and 14 minutes and some change. He got to 213 and died. Who else is out there? Jockster the Mighty and Repo Man 360. They are also closing in pretty close. I think their record is up in the hour 50-minute range. So they're only like 20 minutes off. A couple waves. Like 4 more waves, 3 more waves, and they'll have it beat. We've only done it a few times. I don't really have a good solid group yet. I have some good players. We just need to make a game plan and build our synergy better. So we'll be doing that. If you're curious and you want to see the 128s, obviously when I beat it, I'll upload it. And then we also do weeklies very heavily. Like I make sure pretty much all of my regulars, people in chat that still need to get their weekly done. So if you need to get the sword throughout the week, we'll be running a lot of the weeklies to get those done before we transition into the 128s for the remainder of the stream. So if you're curious about that, it's a good place to go there too. Again, it's not family friendly. Yeah, it depends on your family though. I mean, obviously some people have different rant for different time. Anyways, I'm out. I'll see you guys in the next one. Bye-bye now.